In this video, we're going to take a look at a feature of Excel called Flash Fill. Flash Fill has been available since the 2013 version of Excel. And Flash Fill is a way of extracting data from columns without having to do formulas. You can write formulas if you want to. There are a bunch of text formulas that let you take text that's in a cell and extract part of the text. But with the Flash Fill feature, there are some things that you can do without resorting to using a function. It's pretty slick. So what I have here is I have some data that was in a text file. It was in a tab delimited text file, and I pasted it into Excel. And Excel does accept tab delimited text files, and it is possible to copy them and paste them in. I've got 4 columns of data here, and there is a way to copy and paste them in so that you end up with columns in A, B, C, and D. But if you just do a normal paste, it puts everything in column A. So if I've got some data like this, how can I fix it? I want to take the product. If you look in row 2, I've got a product heading, a month heading, a region heading, and a revenue heading. So I've got 4 columns. Those are the field names for the columns. And underneath, I've got my first product is Brazilian coffee. The month is January. The region is North, and the revenue is $43,200. And what I'd like to do is get Brazilian coffee here, January here, North here, and 43,200 here. And we're going to take a look at, I'd like them in that order. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to type in Brazilian coffee and hit enter. And then I'm going to type Brazilian coffee again. And sometimes Excel is smart enough to figure out what you want here. But sometimes it's not. And the reason it didn't figure it out this time is because we've got the same thing in these 2 cells. And if we had something different, I think Excel would be smart enough to figure that out. But I want it to look at this pattern here and then look at this look at this cell over here and see, well, that is everything, it's the first 2 words, and that's what I've extracted from the cell. And so maybe we want to extract the first 2 words all the way down. So let's put the cursor here underneath Brazilian coffee and go to my data tab up here. And over in the data tools, there's something called Flash Fill. And if I do Flash Fill, it does exactly what I wanted to do, almost exactly what I wanted to do. It also took the first 2 words from these 2 columns up here, and that's not quite right. But that's easy to fix. It's easier to fix 2 cells than it is to fix hundreds or thousands of cells. So now in the next cell I want, actually let's widen this a little bit. In column C, I want January. And the next one I want February. And you notice all I typed was the letter F. And as soon as I typed the letter F, it figured out that I was going to type in February here, and then it guessed at what I wanted to type in all the way down. And all I got to do is hit the enter key. Don't finish typing February. Just hit enter, and it'll fill everything in for you. If I go to column D here, now I want North. And we're going to have the same problem here. If I type North again, it fills in North. But because I'm doing the same value twice in a row, it can't quite figure out what I'm going to do. But if I put the cursor underneath it, or actually I think I can just leave it on it as well, and click on Flash Fill, it will fill them in all the way down. Now you notice over here it didn't fill them in all the way down because it figured out the pattern and it highlighted everything from here on down, but it did not extend the pattern up. When you actually click on the Flash Fill button, it will extend the pattern up too if you have adjacent rows. Okay, now let's go to the last one, and we'll type in 43,200 and hit enter. And on the next one, I want 45,000, and it figured that out for me, and hit enter. And now I've got just about everything that I need. I just need to change this to just plain old product, and tab over and put month here, and region here, and revenue here. And then I'm going to take all of this data here, and I'm just going to drag it over to column A. I'm going to delete the stuff that's over there in column A, and it says, do you want to replace it? Yes, I do. And now I've got almost what I want. I just need to get rid of what's here in columns B and C. And now I have data that I can work with. So I'm going to just clean this up a little bit. Let's go to our Home tab, and let's go to our styles here, and let's make that a title, and make it a little bit taller. And let's go here and let's make these headings. And one more thing, we'll take this and we'll format it as currency, and we'll reduce the decimal places. And now we've got some good looking data. We can do all kinds of stuff with this: sorting, filtering, pivot tables, any kind of data manipulation you want to do. And when it was all in column A, we weren't able to do any of that.